Fuck you. Fuck you. You know what? Fuck you.
Your points suck.
You are tipping nothing.
Alex is out of fucking brain cells.
Moose shit. Welcome to Moose Shit, where we spout bullshit. My name is Moose, and I'm joined by my kooky compatriots, Koob and Al. How you guys doing today?
Wow,
Excellent.
that was actually pretty original. Yeah.
Getting better.
Milker's dub. Milker's dub. Let
Ooh.
everybody on
yeah,
the podcast know.
congratulations.
Milker's dub.
Do you want to talk about that now, since you didn't want to talk about it last time?
No. Yeah. I didn't want to talk about it because we fucking lost, but
Koob is in a men's league basketball team, just to provide context.
we are actually relevant in the playoff picture. That's the best part. We had a great game, bro. Everybody was doing their thing.
Yeah, so I was a little because when we got there, you guys were up. You guys ended up being up by 10 at one point, and I was like, okay, they got it in the bag. And then next thing I know, you guys are down by like 4, 6, or something.
We slipped, yeah, because we had a bad slip. Like we always do that.
Like you guys got too comfortable or what?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, like when fucking Meek is guarding the perimeter and that guy is just splashing threes in his face. Like we can't do anything because that idiot can't get out on anybody because he's so damn fat, bro. Sorry, Meek.
Oh, and you tied it up in the last second.
Yeah, it was when it was 47-45. I had the floater to tie it up.
Floater layup.
That was nice. But Milker's dub, bro. We're back in the playoff picture. We're ready.
Real nice game. Congratulations, Koob. Al, anything special happening in your day? And also, just to make something clear, for those of you who are about to click off the video because it's past 3 minutes, fuck off. Stay on the video. Continue listening. Al's about to speak.
Wow.
Not if if Alex is about to speak, you can click off. There's nothing interesting coming now.
I finished Wednesday.
Yes.
And it was pretty good. I did not see the ending coming. Definitely a twist. I have to say I was entertained.
She's the killer. That's the ending.
That's right.
Well, I don't want to say if that's true or not. But I mean, at this point, it's been, months, right? They had to watch it.
Yeah, this is coming out in February. And if they haven't watched it by February, they're not planning on watching it anytime soon.
I don't think I'm gonna finish it, to be honest. It's just so boring, to be honest.
No, you just have to get through it.
Moose, this is not the type of show that I like, bro. I don't have the patience to sit around and wait for the plot to develop.
And there's a season 2. They confirmed it.
Yeah.
But honestly, they didn't leave much of a cliffhanger. I mean, sort of, but for the most part, everything was solved. Yeah.
It's either that black bitch or it's Wednesday, bro. It's so obvious.
No, it's none of them.
It's neither.
All right, so then it's fucking.
You'll never guess it, man.
No, yeah, let's go through it. Let's see if you can guess it based off the
I don't
characters
even know half the characters, man.
So just describe them.
There's her, whatever, her roommate.
Enid? No, it's not her.
Yeah, definitely not her.
I liked her.
Enid's great. Enid's absolutely wonderful.
There's the bitch that runs the school. It's definitely not her.
I thought it was her at one point.
No, it's definitely not.
I thought it was her, but it wasn't.
There's the white boy, the white boy that actually goes to the school, and then there's the other white boy that doesn't go to the school.
Okay.
I don't know either of their names.
Yeah. It's the bartender.
Ooh.
The bartender, the white boy.
Tyler is the bartender, the guy at the store.
The barista?
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
It's him?
Wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone thought that he didn't even have any powers.
It was so good.
Now you can't watch it because now you're spoiled.
I don't want to watch it. I'm not going to watch it, bro. I'm not going to watch it. It's not interesting.
Moose, how was your week?
My week, I guess, was fine. I'm just getting used to the new schedule that I have because I'm taking 18 credits. And on top of that, I have 2 jobs and I have to take care of this. So I'm just waiting to burn out.
Nice.
Oh, and I've been watching this new show on YouTube. It's just like a bunch of people playing D&D, and it's absolutely wonderful. I think I just like high fantasy at this point because
You're a loser.
fuck you. It's a good show. I like the characters. The dungeon master, is really good at improv, so the show is always entertaining. I really like it.
You're a loser.
We should do it.
I have D&D. Ryan got it, but we never fucking played because
Let's
nobody
play.
knows how to be the DM.
Oh my god, I'll DM. I'll DM. I swear to God, I'll DM.
Oh my god,
Okay, you
you
can
are
DM.
so excited.
No, I've
Yeah.
actually wanted to play for so long now too. So now, okay, Moose, you're
So
gonna
he's
be.
not a loser.
No, he was a loser for watching. That's just kind of weird. Like, why wouldn't you just go? Like, that's just you watch because you
Because
don't have a
that's,
group of friends to play with yourself. That's
well, I
what that
mean,
boils down to.
well, I'm also watching just so I can learn how to play the game.
Shut up. I don't want to hear your excuses.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay, Moose. You get to be a DM now.
Yeah, that's right.
Drum major?
Sucks. Fuck you. Fuck you. You know what? Fuck you.
Al, that was good.
I'll cut it out once, don't worry.
No, no, no.
No,
Leave it
leave it
in.
in.
Leave it in.
So everyone can see how much of a scumbag you are, you son of a
Or
bitch.
everybody can see how much of a
Fuck you.
loser you
I
are.
mean, no one knows the backstory behind that. If you really want to
Can we tell them?
explain,
Tell them?
okay.
No, they don't
I
need
think
to
we should
know.
tell them.
No one needs to
We
know.
should tell them. Well, then it's not funny. We gotta tell them.
God, I do not want to tell them.
Moose, grow up, man.
I could just cut it out, Moose. It's okay.
We are
Then
not.
what's the point?
Yeah.
So, for those who have not caught on as of yet, Alex, Koob, and I have all went to the same high school. Alex and I were also in high school a part of marching band. In
Ha
marching band, there
ha
are
ha ha. Marching band. Sorry.
multiple positions that one person can take. There is the librarian, which I held, vice president, president, and the highest position in the eyes of the students is drum major. Now, since like 7th grade, I had a desire to be drum major. Okay. I wanted to do that because I wanted to just, I felt like I wasn't putting that much effort into the band. I thought one way to prove that I am committed to the band is to be a drum major. Right. And so I really tried working hard, trying to improve my musical ability and also practice some conducting because that's what the drum major does. They conduct in the band. And so I worked hard, tried to practice all of that. And then, as time went on, you can't try out until for drum major until you're in 11th grade, junior year. So as we crept closer to junior year, more people were giving interest in becoming drum major. One of those people was not Alex Gaspar, or at least he didn't verbalize that he had any interest in it. Instead, at that time, most people are like, "Oh, Alex, you should go for drum major. You'd be such a shoe in." And he's like, "Oh, who from the saxophone section should be drum major?" "Oh, it's obviously Alex Gaspar. That duh." Sorry for saying your last name. Probably shouldn't have said that. You can cut that part out. You can cut all this out, maybe. So, that really demoralized me. The fact that not even like a single person said, Moose is probably a good pick for drum major. Not a single person. I went on, saying, I'll prove everyone wrong. I'll be the guy who becomes drum major. And then the day that the auditions were to happen, I walked into the band room and I saw Alex practicing his conducting. I'm like, shit, what's the point then? What is even the fucking point of trying out? If everyone already thinks Alex is a shoo-in, I'm not gonna go up onto the podium and try and embarrass myself trying to live up to something that I cannot achieve. And so I just did not try out. Later that day, later that practice, band president was holding interest meeting to see who was interested. And so imagine there were two doors, right? On the left, if I went through there, I could have been drum. I could have tried out for drum major. On the right, I would have become band president. I went through the right door.
Okay. Except for the fact that I didn't actually end up winning. Like you thought I was gonna win. And so you just gave up for no reason.
Wait, you didn't win?
I
Not the
won.
first year, the second year.
No, I didn't win my
Oh,
junior year, and I tried out, and then I got it my senior year.
Moose, you're just a crybaby, man. You're just a quitter.
It's okay, Moose. It all worked out in the end.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to also introduce our very special guest for today's events, Mood. How are you doing, Mood?
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey,
What's up, dummy?
what's up?
Oh, how has your day been so far today?
It's been great.
That's
Jason, I
great.
heard somebody was trying to scam you.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking ridiculous.
Pretty pathetic, right?
Bribes, scheming. Should have
Okay,
said.
should we give context to that
No.
now?
That's a whole story. No.
I think we just get into that after the whole saga is over. I think we
If
gotta
we have
give
time.
it. We gotta let it run out and then talk about it after.
Stay tuned for the 11th podcast, where we'll regale the story of how Jason's trying to scum me out of my money.
Oh, nobody is scumming anybody. You are scumming me, despite me keeping up my end of the deal.
Yeah, sure you are. Uh-huh.
All right, Moose, you gotta find a good way to transition into the topic.
Speaking of people getting scummed, let's talk about the service industry. I'm always ready for these transitions.
That sucks.
Like tipping?
Yes, tipping. So,
I don't tip.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
All right, so I came up with this topic, but I want to share the TikTok that I saw, which made me think of it. So this is she made a TikTok. I guess she's a waitress for some restaurant, and she was upset that no one tipped her. So hopefully this picks up.
If you don't have money to tip your server and you go out to eat and don't tip your server, I have zero respect for you. I am a server making 5 something an hour and I live off of your tip. I don't care how many tables I have, how busy I look. I don't care. 9 times out of 10 I'm not making the money that you think I'm making. And it's crazy because there's so many servers out there and there's no awareness for this, it feels like. Like, the server industry does not get enough credit for how hard this shit is. It is not easy. It's backbreaking work. I work in a bar and grill, and I love my job, don't get me wrong, and I'm good at what I do. But it is so degrading to get stiffed, to work so hard, to smile at a table with a big smile on my face despite how stressed I am, and give you good service and then get no tip. Like, I didn't just work my ass off for you. There are good days and there are bad days, and today is a bad day, and I think that the service industry needs better pay. Because lately society's just not getting it.
Shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. What a fucking idiot, bro. What an actual idiot.
Okay, but I mean, beyond her just posting on TikTok, I mean, the underlying sentiments are still true. I mean, the service industry is always,
Well, maybe she should be better at her job.
Not even that, bro. Like, what do you want? You want an hourly, bro? You're saying I only make 5. Okay, so what if I give you like 15 hourly then? Then they're gonna complain that they don't have the upside of tips. Like, then people don't feel the need to tip. So what is the point then?
You think they would complain if they got, say, like $15 an hour with no tips, that they would complain they aren't getting tips?
Yes.
I mean, I don't think so.
Because then what would be the appeal of a service job over?
Hair salon people, they get tips still, and they make hourly.
Do you go to a hair salon, Moose?
I go to Supercuts.
That is sad.
I like my Supercuts.
Okay.
Yeah, Jason. He likes the supercuts, bro.
I was just asking.
Stop judging him. He likes his supercuts.
I didn't judge him. You judged him.
I did judge him. But no, it's okay, right? So this is the thing. Whenever like idiots that are servers get big tips, they get excited, right? And
Yeah.
I speak from experience
Mhm.
because I worked at a job where I relied completely on tips, and I was getting the same thing. I was literally getting 5 an hour, and I would deal with like the most ridiculous people, bro. The people would ask for the stupidest shit, give me all their shit, like I'm the one making the food and all that, and it's not even my fault. But guess what? I'm the one that chose the job, bro. Like, and the thing is, if I got fit, like there were certain days I would work like 4 or 5 hours, like during a busy shift, and I would leave there with like $140 in a 5 hour shift. And say if I'm working and I get a set wage and it's 15, then I make $75 instead of having the upside of making that extra money. Like the thing is, you work that service job because if you're good at your job, you have the upside of making a lot with your tips.
Just so we can all get context and give context, can we each say if or do we not tip, and typically how much we tip? Like I do tip, regardless of the service, at least 15%, though it can go upwards to, I think the maximum I have tipped in the past is 40 to 50%.
I always tip, but it ranges from 10 to 25.
I tip, but I usually just round off. So like if I go out and like my total's like 15, what I have to pay, I'll just round it off to 20, which is something like 35% or something, but I don't really care cuz I just don't care about the amount too much. But like I won't I'll increase it based on the service, but I always leave like at least a little bit. I don't know like the percentage amount. It's usually like maybe like 10 at the lowest.
And Jason, you said that you don't tip?
I do not tip.
And I actually find that interesting because Jason worked as a tipped driver for DoorDash.
Yeah, that's why I don't tip.
Really? That's the reason you don't? Actually, that's not surprising. My mom and my dad are also like tipped workers, and they do not like giving tips. Like I have to sometimes step in and tip on their behalf because I know they're not going to leave a good tip.
I've always thought that if you work in a tip job, like my sister works in a tip job, and she's always really generous with her tips because she knows how fucked they get sometimes.
That's why I do it, because I know how fucked you get. You gotta like perpetuate this cycle of no tipping.
So what?
Jason's
But
tip job was DoorDash, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Bro, you don't know how, you know why that makes it even worse? It's not even like a regular tip job because the thing is 90, like say if I go door dashing for an hour, right? 85% of the time I'll sit there spend looking on my phone and I won't accept any of the orders cuz all these idiots tip $1 and then I'm not dropping off your food for $1, bro. Like that is not worth it. For me, I'm not going like 5, 6 miles for $1, and that's all they tip. So I get it from Jason's because like I know we literally talked about this. Like you just sit there and wait.
Yeah.
so I think the problem more so with this TikTok is that there's almost a sense of entitlement that
It
she
is
deserves.
completely entitled, bro.
Yeah, that she deserves a tip even though she may or may not be giving good service. I mean, she says that she does with the smile, but at the end of the day, tipping is still optional. Is it like the social norm? Is it expected in America? Yeah, but there are plenty of countries outside of America that it's not expected at all. For instance, when I went to Portugal, we never tipped and they never expected us to. It's not a norm there at all. It's only if they really went above and beyond. And I think that's really what tipping should be, is only if you go above and beyond and like it's something special that was like unexpected. Not it's like I shouldn't have to give a tip before I get my food on DoorDash, on Uber Eats or whatever. Like you should just be paid a wage for doing it, a good wage. And actually, I would be okay, even at a restaurant, if the prices for all the food were increased so you could pay your employees more. I'd be okay paying a higher price for food than having to tip or being seen as a shitty person.
Bro, there's like a person that comes into my branch and like god, she had in New Jersey we get the minimum wage is increased about every year, right? And so this she comes in and she's like, god, I can't believe I have to pay my workers this much. Like, we're giving you a job, we're giving you work experience, and you have the audacity to come into my office and ask for more money. It's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. What, I don't know what people are thinking when they're just saying, "Oh, I have to keep my prices low and stuff like that." No, just increase the prices. I am fine taking it in my wallet than having to scum other people.
Yeah, but I'm not.
See, the disconnect is right. Like, I want tipped workers to not have to be tipped to live. I want them to have be paid a living wage. But me choosing not to tip is not going to solve the issue at play. That's not in my hands. That's at like the state or the federal government. So,
That is not the federal government, man. That is just the restaurant, bro.
No, because I think what he means is like you have to change it by policy because not every restaurant is going to decide to like you know.
yeah, right now minimum wage doesn't include tipped workers. They can legally be paid $5, and that's okay because they live off tips. So me not tipping won't affect that on one hand, but on the other hand, if I do tip, I just play into the whole game of tipping, and then nothing gets done.
I have a question, and this I guess is only for really Jason and Koob. If you guys don't, I thought like if you guys don't get paid enough tips, they have to pay you then what the regular minimum wage is, right?
DoorDash does not do that.
I don't know.
DoorDash pays you like $1 or 50 cents per delivery.
When I worked at the pizza place, bro, I always was making above minimum wage. Even on slow shifts, I would make above minimum.
Yeah, and are you doing like outstanding service?
I mean, I would get the food there fast, but I'm not setting
Yeah,
the table for them and putting the food on their table. No, I'm just dropping the food off, bro. Like
no,
the
I
thing is
know.
like, right? So I would work like on Monday is the deadest day, right? You work on Monday for 5 hours and sometimes you'd walk out of there with like $40, right? But you get your 5 hourly, you were there for 5 hours, that's $65 for like 5 hours. That's a little bit under, but I mean like 40 of it is in cash, so that's not tax. So
So if you had the opportunity to make a change towards the tipping industry, would you?
no,
So you think it's good
bro,
where it is now?
yes. There's certain people that don't make a lot, and then there's certain people that make a shit ton, bro. You know what the thing is? When I worked at the pizza place, bro, it's not like everybody was making money. No. If you were a driver that knew what you were doing, you made a lot of money. But if you were one of these idiots that took too long, didn't know where you were going and all that, you didn't know the town, you didn't know like what deliveries go together, then you sucked. Like you wouldn't make as much
Okay,
money.
but didn't you also say at one point that you only went to neighborhood like richer neighborhoods? I know DoorDash definitely does that.
Oh yeah, DoorDash. I would sit outside of a. Well, I would sit outside Chipotle because anybody that ordered Chipotle probably had a decent amount of money, and then also was willing to tip a decent amount.
Yeah, like that seems flawed to me. That seems classist to me.
Yeah, and also studies have shown that if as long as service is above about average, uh tipping behavior doesn't really change. So you can give average service or you can give outstanding service, you're going to be tipped pretty much the same.
Yeah, because I think people see tipping as just like a an add-on, like a just a chore, just like a tax that they have to pay, and I don't think they relate it that much to the service. So if tipping isn't really related to the service at all, why are we even having tips?
Well, the thing is, for me, I could speak on my own personal experience. Like, if I got to a person's house fast, this is when I worked at the pizza place, not because DoorDash, the tips were already predetermined, so that was different. But if I got to a person's house fast, they would say like, "Oh, you got here quick," and then they would give me a little bit extra. So like that was for me like that's why I would always try to know where I'm going and all that, so I can get those like extra couple dollars that add up over the like end of my shift.
And you also even said yourself you don't you just round up, right? It's not based off service if you just round up.
Well, I like if somebody does a shit job, then I'm gonna tip low. But if they do like a average to like above average job, I just round up because I don't really care that much. It's not that I like feel bad for the servers or anything like that. I just don't care enough to sit there and determine 15% or anything like that.
Yeah, so then doesn't that mean that you don't really care about the service at the end, as long as it's not the worst service that
If
you've
it's
ever
not
received?
dog shit, then yeah, then pretty much. If it's not dog shit, then I'll tip like whatever the. Like I said, bro. The last time we went out when it was us three, we went and my total was like $14 or $15, and then I just round up to 20 because that's just what's I could do that math in my head without having to pull out a calculator, and then I just put that in. But then if you calculate that, that's like 33%, which is like crazy generous.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised, Al and Koob, that you guys are taking positions that you guys are. Because Koob, you usually tip pretty well, percentage wise. And Al, last time we went out for dinner, you did not give our waitress a good tip. She was the best waitress we've ever received, and you just didn't give her a good tip.
Because I shouldn't have to. And I don't have an obligation to. And my argument isn't that you have to. My argument is that we shouldn't have tipping entirely.
You said tipping should only be reserved for if someone gives outstanding service. We received outstanding service, and you still didn't tip.
If you want to tip, then it only should be for outstanding service. What if I only have a $20 bill and the meal comes out to $19? Then I have
I
to
would
only
give the
tip a
20.
dollar. Right, you have to only tip a dollar. But what if she does outstanding service and she deserves more than a dollar? At the end of the day,
Well,
I only have
that's
$20.
You're putting this hypothetical, but that isn't even the situation you were in.
No, I know, but I'm
Yeah, but you
saying
were in position, so he's asking why didn't you do it then?
because I have a budget. I don't want to spend that much.
that's
That's a
fucking
lie. That's a
bullshit,
lie.
bro.
That's a
No, that's
fucking
not.
lie. You're literally a liar,
When
bro.
I say I have a budget, I mean I don't. If I feel like I don't want to spend more than $25 on a meal, I shouldn't have to. If the price
Your
doesn't
shit
come
was
out to
not
that,
$25. Your shit was not even $25.
that's not my point though. My point is that if I
Your
shouldn't be
point is that you're
obligated to pay
broke,
just because
bro.
I
Just
can
say it.
pay.
You're a brokey.
No,
Your points suck.
you are tipping nothing.
Okay, bro. Most of the time you tip like
Al,
10%. Shut up.
this entire thing began with the TikToker complaining. If you don't have enough money to tip, fuck you.
Yeah,
She's
I think
saying that
that's
to you.
ridiculous.
She's saying that to you.
I think that's ridiculous. You agree
Alex,
with
what
that?
is your solution then? What is your solution? What do you
My
want?
solution is to pay these workers a living wage that they don't have to rely on tips.
Prices are gonna go up like by $10, bro. You're still paying the same thing.
Yeah, and I would feel better paying
Oh my
if the
God,
prices
you're a
went up
Why?
than
moron.
tipping
You're a moron.
Why?
because
You're
no,
actually an idiot.
because I can go into the restaurant already knowing around how much I'm going to spend.
Okay, so just expect to tip, stupid.
I do expect to tip. I just don't expect to tip more than 10-15%, regardless of the service.
Are you stupid?
What how is this flawed?
You just said you can plan on knowing how much you're gonna spend, right?
Yes.
Okay, right? So either way, you're gonna know the menu price, right?
Yes.
Regardless of whether you have to tip or whether it's already like included into the food, pretty much.
Mhm.
So if you already know, you're saying you're willing to pay whatever the like up prices, and Jason said $10. Let's say if it is $10 more.
It's not, but okay, sure.
Okay, so let's say if it's $5 more, right?
Okay.
Like you get a burger that's normally $10 and now it's $15. So why can't you just make the connection in your head that I'm willing to pay $5 more?
That's what I'm saying. I can do that, and I do that because I
You didn't do
expect.
that.
You
No,
didn't do that
Moose.
day.
Moose. No, I did because I only tipped 10 to 15%, which is how much I expected to tip. If she went above and beyond, it. So what? I expected to tip 10 to 15%, and that's how much I tipped.
I hope she spat in your drink.
You know why this is funny actually? Because this is the same dumbass that was telling us about Chick-fil-A and their service and their ambiance and all that fucking bullshit about how that adds to the experience of their dry ass, garbage ass food. And now he's just going back on what he said pretty much.
Oh.
I'm willing to pay more for this garbage because of the service and the ambiance, but I'm not willing to tip when I get good service. Just say it how it is, Alex. You're fucking broke, bro. It's okay.
I I don't understand how you guys are missing it. I'm saying I'm already allocating 10 to 15% in my head before I even ordered the food.
Okay, so Alex, if there was a 25% markup on the food, would you have paid for it?
I don't know, maybe I wouldn't go there.
Exactly.
So no, yes. Now instead of giving the employee the price of the food plus 15%, what like how they're getting right now, now they're getting $0 because no one's going there.
Then you run out of business.
What
You
is
are
your
dumb.
solution here? What?
Find a way to cut cost and pay your employees a living wage while still having good food. And one way I would think you can do that is increase the price of the food up front rather than having employees wait and hope on the generosity of
Alex,
people to tip
how
them.
how
And
else?
Chick-fil-A is a good example. Like, how do you think they do it? They
By
have overpriced.
by overpricing
They
it.
overpriced their food.
Okay, so that's what I'm suggesting.
We said that's what'll happen, and you said, "Oh, I'm not going to go to the restaurant."
If it's by 25%, seems like a lot. The average tip isn't even 25%.
Alex, what do you think the margins are at Chick-fil-A?
I couldn't tell you, but they make a good profit.
Yeah, you know why? Because they just fucking mark it up insanely. That's why people don't go to Chick-fil-A as often as they go to McDonald's. That's not to say Chick-fil-A isn't popular, but more
Okay,
people go to McDonald's. It's more
McDonald's does it. McDonald's pays their workers and live $15 an hour, whatever the minimum wage is, and also keeps their food down.
That's a livable wage, Alex. $15 an hour, it might be the minimum wage, but it's not really even a livable wage.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Okay.
gonna work at a restaurant for $15 an hour, bro.
If they're able to survive with people paying tips now, all I'm saying is rather than people feel obligated to tip, you just increase prices and people are still going to be paying the same thing. So they really shouldn't be going out of business.
Are you willing to eat shit on a plate if it means that the employees are able to get a living wage? Not everyone, just you.
Whatever price I'm paying should reflect the quality of the food and the service at which I'm getting. So if I go to McDonald's, I'm not expecting great quality food, nor am I expecting great service because I'm not paying a great price. But if I go to somewhere nice,
But what
I
about
expect.
Chick-fil-A then? You said that part of the Chick-fil-A price is the great service.
Okay, yeah, no. Okay, yeah. Okay, Al. What if all restaurants, on all menu prices, increased it by 7.5%?
Without the expectation to tip.
Yeah, they get rid of tipping, I guess.
Okay, I'd be fine with that.
So what is the wage to balance that out then, Alex?
I can guess a wage, but I don't know. My point is that if I go to a shitty place, I don't expect great food, nor do I expect great service. But if I go to a nice place, I expect great food, I expect great service, and I expect a great price.
Okay, so let's just think about like your average restaurant, like a decently sized restaurant, right? Like I would probably say they have like four different sections, and then there's like what? Four one waiter per section. That's 4 waiters. And you have like probably like 4 food runners, and then like 2 busboys, right? Because let's remember
Mhm.
that food runners and busboys also get part of the tips from the servers.
Okay.
So, so think about okay, so right, they get $5 an hour, right? Now increase that amount by, let's say it is $10. So that I just named 10 employees. That's $150 per per hour for however long. Like, let's just go off the fact that they're working a 5-hour shift, right? So
Yeah.
that's $750 extra that the owner is paying, right?
hmm
Okay, so how much do you think they would have to increase their food prices to make up for $750 in 5
Well,
hours?
well, always said that you always got tipped more than whatever the minimum wage would have been if you were at minimum wage. So clearly, whatever the norm
I
is
was also
for
just good at my job.
okay, whatever the norm is for tipping, the average tip already exceeds what they would have to pay if they paid everyone minimum wage.
That's Alex, this only applies to tipped workers, right? Tip only places that have tipped workers would have to increase their prices, not all food places.
Because
So,
other places pay the minimum wage.
yeah. So think
Yes.
about it this way. So, who after all these restaurants raise their prices by 25% is going to still say, "Yeah, let's go out to this place instead of just going to like you said if I feel like it." Bro, you're never going to feel like it. First of all cuz you're a fucking cheap fuck. Second of all, because it doesn't make sense. Who is reasonably going to be like, "Wow, these prices just went up 25%." Yeah, I think I'll still go. I'm not gonna do it. I would just go somewhere cheaper because I'm fucking honest. I'm not gonna fucking say I'm gonna go spend. Yeah, if I feel like it, I'm gonna spend that extra 25%.
Okay, say
No,
rather
that's
than
stupid.
25%, it's 20. For a lot of people, 20 is the
Wow,
expected
that's still
amount.
a lot, bro. That's still
For,
a lot.
for a lot of people, 20 is the expected amount that you should tip. And so people say if you can't afford to tip, then don't go there. Do you agree with that?
If I don't have money to tip, I never go out to like a sit down place.
Then that's where we disagree. I don't think that if you don't have the money to tip, which is optional, then you should be restricted from going to these places. I think it should be only based on the
No one's
price of the
saying
food.
that you should be banned, but like
Okay.
in general, you
I'm in
shouldn't
a
go. Like,
position, yeah, I'm in a position where I can tip, so why wouldn't I? And if I'm going to one of these places where it's expected, then I'm going to. I'm not gonna sit there
Okay.
and be
And you
like,
had that choice.
no, just because it's not required, I'm not gonna do it. But that doesn't mean they should ban people. But I
Not
think
ban
also,
people, but not be shunned, not be like complained about on social media.
your
Like it's not our
actions
fault.
your actions justify your reactions, your punishments, your standing in society.
But you guys are making it seem like that person is a bad person for not choosing to tip.
They made poor life decisions. They made a poor decision to
What?
go into that
I
restaurant.
think they're fucking stupid to begin with, bro. If you don't have enough money to tip, why the fuck are you going out to eat anyway, bro? Go to fucking McDonald's, bro. Save your bread. You're fucking stupid, bro. Why are you wasting your money getting a sit down
I,
place,
I,
bro?
I disagree with that. I think people should still be able to go out to restaurants even if they can't tip. And so what I'm asking for is just for people to work with an expectation of around how much they're gonna make with the possibility of tips, just have that be a living wage. And
Hey,
and
so
so
what if that means increasing the prices of all items on your menu to 25%? Are you going to that restaurant?
well, that must mean if it's by 25%, then it must be really good food. So if I'm feeling like really good food, then yes.
You're such a liar.
It's capitalism. That's what we live in.
You can't blame it on capitalism because of your
Alex is taking the fucking socialist view of this. Everybody should expect the same. And you know what? You know what? Tipping is actual capitalism, bro. If you're good at your job, you get a lot of fucking tips. If you're not good at your job, then you don't make that much, bro. When you're good at your job, you get a lot of money. So what I would
But
suggest,
studies have shown that's not the case.
Yeah, sometimes you have shitty customers, bro. So did I, bro. I would get there in fucking 10 minutes and they would have 0 at the door waiting for me. So yeah, you get those shitty people, but for every shitty person, there's also a good person, and that good person will give you and make up for what that other person didn't give you if you go into it and give everybody the same fucking service. But these idiots that get mad at not getting tips will go into the next one or be like, "Oh, I didn't get a fucking tip." Like, fucking boo-hoo, bro. Shut up.
You don't think there's any reform that could be done in these
No,
industries?
because it there's no math, bro. The math barely adds up, bro.
I am a socialist, so I do think that there's reform that can be done. But I
Uh,
am going into it understanding
Bernie?
that why after reforms, I'm gonna be paying more prices. I go into
Yes.
that understanding that. I don't
So am
think you
I.
understand that. No, I don't think you
you
understand
don't
that
get that,
because
Alex.
we asked you, are you willing to pay 25% more on all menu items? And you said no. I'm just gonna go to another restaurant.
If I'm not feeling like I want to pay
Oh
that much, like if
God,
I'm
Alex,
feeling like a
you're
good
Yeah,
quality
everybody
meal,
is gonna be feeling the same way, bro.
what?
Everyone's gonna feel the same fucking way, and then the restaurant goes out of business.
you think nobody would have a problem with paying that, like, the extra 25%, 20%, whatever. But like Jason said, if you have that ideology, so are a lot of people, bro. A lot of people are gonna be like, "Yeah, I don't want to go eat there," and then the restaurant goes out of business. And what? The restaurant has to go out of business to fucking pay their workers? No, bro. That's not how the
Yes.
world
If
works.
you
That's
can't
not
keep
how
a
the world
sustainable
works, Alex.
restaurant,
You're fucking dumb, bro. You're actually an idiot.
oh my
That's
god.
not how the fucking world works,
If
bro.
you
You're a
can't sustain
moron.
a restaurant while paying your workers a living wage, you shouldn't be in business.
Oh my God, Alex. You know how they could pay their workers a living wage? By firing people and
No,
keeping less workers.
then I'm just saying that's not my decision. That's whatever the restaurant has to do, they
Oh
have
my
to do.
God, you're a moron.
You're
You're a
you're saying
moron. You're actually an idiot.
you're saying you're okay paying people under the living wage as long as you have money in your pockets.
No, under the living wage, and then they have the incentive of making more with tips.
I'm saying that rather than be shunned and be looked at as like a bad person for not tipping, you should just increase the prices on the menu so that you already know and no one's looked at it as a bad or good
You're
person
stupid,
based on
bro.
whether they
You're
can
so
afford the tip.
We
stupid.
are
You're a
out of
moron.
time. We are out of time. I am
Alex is out of
sorry.
fucking brain cells too.
I am sorry. We're gonna put this into test when we go to Panda Express today. As for the rest of you, let us know how much you guys usually tip. Let us know in the comments. Let us know on
I don't
Spotify.
think you tip at Panda Express.
No, we're gonna tell the idiot at Panda Express to charge Alex 25% more.
Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on. Have a great rest of your day and bye bye.